Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything we know about archaeology, which is the brand new skill coming to RuneScape 3 on March 30th. We have been pretty limited with the things that we are actually able to know and understand about the skill, but in this video I just wanted to put together everything that we have figured out about archaeology and what the JMods have told us. So starting off with the overview. So the release date, as I said, is March 30th of 2020. Archaeology is going to be a 120 skill with a normal XP curve. So unlike Invention, it's just going to have a normal XP curve like all of the regular skills, which means going to 120 will require 104 million XP. And then also it includes collecting artifacts, exploring dig sites. It has ancient invention, ancient summoning, and I'm sure there are going to be many other facets in the skill that we don't even know about. It is briefly mentioned that there's going to be something called ancient potion making. There's going to be artifact weapons and many other things. There's going to be a lot of stuff included in the skill. It seems to be a pretty massive skill, and they have been working on it for about a year and a half to 2 years now. So there is a lot being put into this skill, and it's going to really change the game, I think. So there is also going to be many ways to train the skill. As you see, there's many different things coming in this update. So there's artifacts, exploring dig sites, and all that. So of course there is going to be a lot of different ways where you can actually train the skill. And this is really exciting. It's going to make the skill a lot less boring. The JMods on their live streams, they were talking about how the skill will seem a bit AFK, but once you get into it, you'll realize that there's a lot more to it. You'll have to buy some specific items to increase your XP rates and whatnot. So it is going to be a really awesome skill with a lot of different stuff in it. Archaeology is also technically going to be a gathering skill, although it is somewhat going to be unlike any skill that we know. So there is going to be some production kind of aspects of the skill, a lot like Invention. There's also going to be kind of like dungeoneering as well with the exploring dig sites and stuff like that. So it is going to be a gathering skill, but there are going to be production parts of it, some exploration parts of it. So it is going to be a really overall interesting skill. Another thing that I found interesting was they were talking about an open economy. So most of the items that you are going to be collecting through archaeology, they're going to be tradable. So this is going to be really nice because you'll be able to trade with friends. You're also probably going to have a lot new money-making methods coming into the game with archaeology, since all these items are going to be tradable, especially when the skill first is released. I would expect people wanting to buy specific items for a lot of money. So I would expect, of course, some really great money-making methods as soon as the skill is released. The JMods also talked about Iron Man mode on archaeology, so it is going to be more difficult for Iron Man since you won't be able to purchase stuff through that open economy. But there are going to be some specific ways to get or to guarantee that you will get the item that you want. So they did make it a little bit better for Iron Man while they were doing the extensive testing over the past few months, just training the skill themselves and actually seeing the pros and cons of it. So it is going to be difficult for Iron Man, but it isn't going to be impossible. Also, level 20 is going to be available for free-to-play players, so that is going to be a nice aspect of the skill. They're actually going to increase, I believe, all free-to-play skills to level 20, which will give free-to-play players more of a taste of membership before they end up purchasing it. And so next I wanted to talk about the specific dig sites. So these are going to be the locations where you are primarily training the skill. A lot like divination, they have their own areas where you train the skill at certain levels. So first is the Varick Dig Site, unlocked at level 1 archaeology, and is going to be where you complete the archaeology tutorial. Next is going to be the charya, and it's unlocked at level 5 archaeology. It's also going to be east of Alcarid and south of the Duel Arena. And this site is also going to be connected with Zero. So each of these dig sites are connected with a certain RuneScape god. And they were actually discussing this in their live stream. They were saying that there is going to be a lot of lore involved with archaeology. It's going to be the skill where there's the most lore, and there's going to have a lot of stuff tied in with second and third age, and also the God Wars lore in RuneScape. So that is going to be really interesting for you guys interested in that stuff. I'm interested in quests and the lore in RuneScape. Anyway, the next dig site is going to be the Infernal Source. This is unlocked after charya. We don't have a specific level yet, but we do know the order of the dig sites. And it is going to be located underneath the wilderness volcano, so this is going to be pretty interesting. It is also going to be connected with Zamorak and demons, so that is going to be pretty interesting. I'm thinking with each dig site, from what I've seen, you're going to be able to explore each dig site and even uncover specific relics relating to that dig site. And then next is Everlight, which is unlocked after Infernal Source. This is going to be east of Myrdich and south of the Araxite Hive. It is going to be connected to Saradomin, and also it is going to be a sort of an Ician settlement style. You saw a free cam of it earlier. They did post this, so I did include it in the video. This is essentially what Everlight is going to look like. As you can see, these are brand new areas, so each dig site is going to be having more content and brand new areas that you can explore and train the skill of archaeology. So that is going to be really interesting. There is also another dig site, so Stormguard Citadel. This is unlocked after Everlight. We don't really have a preview for it, so there's no preview picture. It is going to be located in the sky, however, and it is also going to be connected to Armadil. So that is going to be the Stormguard Citadel. There is 5 dig sites, so the last dig site is going to be the Warforge. So this one is unlocked after the Stormguard Citadel, and it is going to be connected to Bandos. And the lore behind this dig site is that it is a former Bandosian military camp. And of course, with each dig site, they are going to have their own specific lore, most likely relating to their specific god. Now I wanted to go in some more specifics about the skill. So first we're going to look at Ancient Summoning. There are going to be many more summoning creatures besides these 3, but these are the 3 that we only know. So first there is the Ripper Demon, so it's going to be able to deal more damage to the target according to how much missing health it has. And it also, when you use the scroll, it will replicate the Ripper Demon special attack. Then we also will get an Abyssal Demon summoning creature, and this will actually give you a few neat teleports. It will be able to automatically teleport you to the target and deal damage. And then also the scroll effect, bind and teleblock the target. As you can see, this is probably going to be used for PvP. It seems like a pretty good PvP summoning creature. And then next we have the Calgarian Demon. So it's going to be one of the strongest familiars in terms of damage. Probably going to take over the Steel Titan spot. And it will also provide a critical strike buff when using the scroll. Next I want to talk about the relics, which you will actually be able to uncover while doing archaeology. So there are going to be various different relics. I'm probably not going to read them all on screen, but some of the best ones that I did notice include Berserker's Frenzy. You'll be able to deal more damage the lower the player's life points is. So this is definitely a really good relic to use. There's also going to be Persistent Rage. Adrenaline doesn't drain outside of combat. Also Heightened Senses and Conservation of Energy. These are all pretty good relics as well. There are many others. These were all released or teased at RuneFest, and they did say that they weren't all going to make the game. They did change a few of them, and of course they added a ton more. As you can see, there's some more here on screen. I really like the Abyssal Link one. Teleportation spells no longer require runes, so that's going to be a pretty useful spell. Just because there are so many teleportation spells in the game, you'll be able to teleport around without runes is pretty great. And then also Slayer Introspection. I like that personally since I like Slayer tasks. But as you can see, these relics, they are pretty good. And you will be able to choose 3 of them. So you'll have 3 of them active at a time, no more than 3, which is pretty good. They have some really good bonuses. It's going to increase, your XP per hour probably for some skills, and also your DPS. So it is going to be really useful. Relics are going to be really useful into the game. It's probably going to be a lot like Invention, how Invention perks are useful for many different things. Well, relics are going to be that for archaeology. There are also many other things included in archaeology that we don't really know too much about. There's going to be projects. I'm assuming these are going to be specific to each dig site. So as you can see in the top left corner, these are the Everlight projects. So I'm assuming you can only build these at the Everlight dig site. I would definitely expect most of these items to have some pretty good uses as well. I know they are going to be releasing a few new weapons and stuff with this. Some artifact weapons will be included. One of them is definitely going to be the Spear of Annihilation. Not sure how good that weapon will be, but they could even add a few extra tier 80, tier 90 weapons, including in archaeology. So that is going to be really interesting to see, and I'm sure a lot of these projects that you will be able to build using archaeology, they're probably going to be really useful. So that is going to be definitely something that is interesting to see within the skill. There's also going to be ancient invention, so there are going to be some new invention items that you can create. This is going to be a lot like ancient summoning, so there's new summoning familiars that you can now make and use. Well, same with invention, there's going to be some new invention items that you can use using archaeology to get it. There's also going to be a new tool specific to archaeology. They're going to be called Maddox. And essentially, you're going to be able to use these to dig up artifacts and just train the skill. Not really exactly sure how it is going to work, training the skill through the digging up the artifacts and all that, but you will be using Maddox. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close to mining, so you're going to be interacting with a certain pile or whatever, and then you're going to be gathering resources from it, a lot like mining in that sense. So as you can see, archaeology is going to be a massive skill. There's going to be so much content in this skill, and we probably don't even know half of it right now. It is really confusing even to think of how you are going to be training the skill because they didn't release much information about it. We did a few people test it. You could test at RuneFest, so there were some of that, but I'm sure they only allowed just a small test to actually train the skill and try it out. So there's going to be a lot of new surprises. We're all going to be figuring it out on release day. I'm trying to find what is the best way to train the skill, how you can make money off of it, what the skill is useful for, and all the overpowered things about it. It's going to be really interesting. I think the skill is going to be super polished when it is released. Me personally, I am super excited for the skill. It's my most anticipated update of 2020, and I really can't wait to try this out. They've been working on it for a really long time, so I'm expecting it is going to be something really great, and it's going to actually be revolutionary to RuneScape. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of archaeology. There are going to be many teasers leading up to the release date, so definitely check out those. On stream, they were talking about adding a few Easter eggs before the release date of archaeology, so it's going to be interesting to see what those are in the upcoming weeks. This is going to be an extremely awesome and fun update, and I really can't wait to try it out. I'm sure a lot of you guys can't wait either. And once again, archaeology is going to be released March 30th of 2020. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.